Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Thursday. It is March 12th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. He loves that for you. I love that for you. If it doesn't fit, leave it on the table for someone else. Easy peasy. We got Fearless Familiars Oracle deck, J. Edward Neal. You can find this at shadowartfinds.com. He also has an Etsy shop. Okay. I cannot remember how much this deck is. $40? 50 at the most, I would say. I keep telling myself I'm going to get another one because it's one of my favorites. I literally just happened upon him on Etsy and was like, oh, I like cats, and it seems kind of Halloween-y and kind of dark and, mysterious. And I got the deck, and, I fell in love with it, As you do. We got 2 on the table. I am so happy to be here with you guys today. Can I just say that? You know what's funny is that I feel like my day at work went by really fast. I feel like it went by really fast, but it was super busy. It was nonstop. I felt bad about having to run to the bathroom to pee. I felt bad about having to take drinks from my water bottle because we were so backed up in packing all day. And when I came home, when I got my car to came home, I literally peeled out of the parking lot with my music blasting, my windows rolled down, my heat turned up, my sunglasses on, my hat on. I'm like, don't even look at me. I'm not here anymore. I'm gone. I'm gone. I got home. I fed the cats. I fed the stray cats too. Talked to my neighbor for probably about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And now I'm doing this. And I have been looking forward to this all day. I've been thinking about this all day. Because it's peaceful. Even if what comes out in the cards isn't peaceful, it's still peaceful. We got 4 on the table. 5 on the table. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. Oh, okay, that was interesting. 6 on the table. I think that was the first card underneath the top of the deck, I think. Hold on. All right, we got 7. I do have the door open, so if the cats come in and you see them on the bed, or if I'm talking to somebody, it's probably the cat or myself, one or the other. Last shuffle. That's the only thing about doing packing is you're constantly looking down, and now my neck. We got 8 with bottom of the deck. I'm going to put that on the box. We've got Pride, the Trickster. We've got the Warlock. We've got the Lover. We've got the Resolute. The Bastion. Elusive. And bottom of the deck, Innocence. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. So the Warlock implies male, because Warlock is a male witch, but you can switch that around to a witch, whatever works for you. I'm just going to say Warlock because it's easy for me to stick to one. So here's the thing. When these first 4 cards fell out, Pride, the Trickster, the Warlock, the Lover, This is somebody, whoever this warlock is, they're a little cocky. And so I'm just going to say it like this. They look at themselves as a warlock. Are they really a warlock? I mean, I don't know. I can I judge that without actually meeting them, without actually seeing them in action, right? Like, do you do spells? Do you do divination? Do you do tarot? Like, what makes you a warlock? Like what does that mean for you? This person thinks of themselves as a warlock. They think of themselves as a trickster. They think of themselves as as a lover. Oh boy, do they think of themselves as a lover. This is somebody that probably single. And I'm not going to lie, if they're not single, they probably are not faithful. Or at the very least, if they are faithful, they definitely like to look. Okay. I just heard bedroom eyes. They have bedroom eyes, maybe? Or their eyes are always in their eyes are always in the bedroom. The funny thing is when the innocence card popped out, or when I pulled the innocent card from the bottom of the deck, sorry, um, they're trying to prove their innocence in something. This person is really guarded with their energy, which I know sounds funny because I just said that they like to sleep around, but it doesn't mean you can't be guarded with your energy. You can protect your energy and still sleep around. I know. Readers talk about that kind of stuff all the time about not sleeping around, protect your energy, use condoms, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't agree. I'm just saying that there are ways for you to protect your energy before and after the fact. So I don't even know why I felt the need to discuss that, but apparently I did. People might look at this person hermiting, maybe not, maybe if not hermiting, like just um like hard to catch, like hard to get a hold of. So like if they have friends and family calling them, like it goes to voicemail and it takes them a few days to answer. Or, if somebody texts, like maybe it takes them a few hours to answer, or like something like that. Like they're elusive, like they're hard to pin down, right? Like, maybe somebody says, "Hey, do you want to get together for dinner on Thursday?" And this person's like, "Well, I got to do this and I got to do that and I got to go here and I got to," and it's kind of like, "Okay, so no." like you're too busy, like you're all over the map. So no. They give that kind of vibe. And they could be busy like doing stuff too, like working, creating. I mean, if they're a warlock, okay, if they're a warlock, they could be, they could be doing divination, they could be manifesting, working on spells, working on quote unquote witchcraft. um the trickster card, I'm not going to lie, it kind of implies like a negative undertone to the warlock. So I don't know for sure that this person is like doing bad stuff, but it could be that like they have good intentions, but every once in a while they do something a little sketchy. You know what I mean? Like I mean, even I have done something sketchy in the past, and not that too far in the past. Actually, last year I did something that I really regretted, and I went to God like a week later, and I was like, yeah, I want to take that back. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to happen. And I said, give me the karma. Give me the karma. I'm the asshole. I asked for it. I don't want it. I changed my mind. Yeah. Do you all want to know? It's 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 let me just put it this way. If you follow, if you subscribe, you guys know that I was in love with a coworker last year. And when I first found out that he wasn't interested in me and he was going towards my friend and they were hanging out and talking and all this stuff, or at least that's what it seemed like. Again, I have no idea because I took myself out of that situation as soon as I was mentally with it to do that. Probably like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with any of you. And I mean, I still wanted to be friends with my friend, but it just ended up, we just ended up not talking more and more and more, and we just grew apart. Anyway, um, when all that first happened, I was raging. I'm not even going to lie. I was raging. I was just so upset because I really thought that there was some type of reciprocation there on his side. I really did. Um, I I did a spell for him to basically not be able to get me out of his thoughts. Pretty much 24/7, no matter what he was doing. And probably, I think it was like a week, 2 weeks, somewhere in there, like later, I was just like, I don't, I don't, I don't want this. Like, I don't, like, I did it like in anger in the heat of the moment. And I was like, I don't want this. Like, I'm not this person. I don't do that. If he doesn't want to be with me, then I obviously am not going to be, want to be with him. Like, I need to just extricate myself and move on from the situation. So yeah. And yeah, I think part of the karma, I'm not going to lie, is me not being able to stop thinking about him, because for the longest time I couldn't stop thinking about the whole situation, him, her, all of that. And it's kind of funny because for a while it stopped, like November, December, January, February, and then like probably like the middle of February, end of February, all of a sudden, like for no reason, like I was just constantly thinking about him. And I'm like, is this because he's constantly thinking about me, or is this more karma? Because I thought I did this already. But, it is what it is. And yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel. I do stupid shit and then realize after the fact that, I fucked up and I need to atone for it and take my karma like everybody else. So I don't, so this person, this warlock, they could be kind of walking the line, right? Like maybe they do some stuff that would be considered kind of trickster. And maybe they are just really a trickster. They just kind of like to, because trickster to me, it doesn't necessarily give evil or like hate or anything like that. It gives kind of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fuck with you, like I'm gonna play with your mind a little bit. And somebody would use divination, spell work to do that. The Resolute card, whoever this warlock is, like they stand on business. Like they know who they are. Like they know. They they take pride in this. They take pride in this. It's kind of funny because when you look at this cat on the card here and you look at the background, it almost looks like angels in the background. Almost. Maybe it's just me. But they're trying to prove their innocence about something. maybe it has to do with their witchery, maybe. This person stands on business. They're guarding their energy. They're hard to get a hold of. They're innocent. Maybe they're being accused of doing something. Maybe they're just, because it comes after the elusive and the bastion, which again means like guarded. Maybe they're just being accused of being like antisocial and, not wanting to be with family, not wanting to hang out with friends. Like maybe they're being accused of hermiting, but really they're not. They're just busy. And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I'm just living my life over here. It's not that I don't want to see you. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that you're not my friend, my family member, my lover, but like I got shit to do. Like, so I'm not deliberately trying to push people away or anything like that. Like I'm doing my own thing. Cause like I gotta be honest, like it's whoever this is, they're not giving off a lot of negative energy. They're not giving off a lot of, evil doer or anything like that. That's why I said, like, even the warlock part, like, the witchery, the spells, the manifest, and the divination, like for the most part, they might actually be on the positive side. They might be, for the most part, working for the good. uh, I keep looking at this lover card. This person thinks they're a Lothario. Lothario? Lothario, right? Man or woman, doesn't matter. Like they think they're the bomb. they, they, the bomb. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time. This person might be older because I'm 45. When was that popular? Like 90s? The bomb? Was that the 90s? I'm trying to think because I graduated from high school in 98. The bomb? Yeah, wasn't that the 90s, right? So this person could be my age, a little younger, a little older maybe. Or they're just into like retro, like they're just into like other generation type stuff. Because I mean, even I mean, I was born in '80, but I've told you guys a million times, like I love music, and I was raised. My dad had me listening to stuff from the '50s, the '60s, a lot of soul, a lot of rock and roll, a lot of African American influence, honestly. And my mom was into disco and rock, and so I mean, I was listening to everything because I mean, I love all music. I like classical, I like opera, like I like everything. I mean, I think I've told you guys my least favorite is heavy metal, but even heavy metal, there are some really amazing songs in that genre that I just love. Hmm. Yeah, they might be. Take how it resonates. If any of this is resonating for you, take how that resonates. I know a lot of these cards have the moon on them, but I'm looking at the one, two, three, four cards with the moon. This person probably is up late, or maybe they work late. Maybe they work overnights or something like that. Sleep during the day, up at night. I mean, that could be any profession, honestly. I mean, it could be warehouse, trucker. It could be like even it could be even technically like delivery, because things move, via UPS, FedEx overnight. So I mean, it could even be that. It could be, it could be a pilot. It could be somebody that works in retail. I mean, our Burger King is open 24/7. You know what I mean? Like it literally could be anything, but it feels like somebody either works at night or they're up all night. You guys know I love my Burger King. My 36 grams of protein Whopper. I keep looking at the lover card. Whoever this Warlock is, I said that they kind of probably share the love, right? But I think with good reason. Like I think they're like, because I'm just kind of getting like sweetheart. Like they're generous, they're kind, they're giving, they're caring, kind of thing. And not just like as a lover, but like maybe they have, I mean, I'm just going to give you an example because I'm not seeing anything specific, but like if they, like, let's say this is a Warlock, so this is a masculine. So let's say they have like 6 girlfriends, right? Like whenever, they're free, like they call one of the girlfriends, friends with benefits, casual, whatever you want to call them. And, maybe he takes them out to dinner, maybe he buys them flowers, like puts a little care into the situation, not just like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am or sir, right? Hi, baby. I think she'd stay in the bedroom. I turned on the heater. I had the heat on all day because it was chilly, but I turned it off when I got home. I put on the space heater. It's so sad. Like my furnace is only like what 3 years old, and I feel like my space heater warms it up a hell of a lot better than the frickin' furnace. Yeah. Okay. So this Warlock, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna let it go because otherwise, I just feel like I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. But like they kind of feel like it feels like they feel like they're being badgered, like, oh, you don't want to hang out anymore, oh, you don't want to do this, oh, you don't want to meet me, blah blah blah. And it's like this person is really just kind of, because I see him kind of like the cat kind of like looking down, and it's like whoever this Warlock is, like they're just kind of like, kind of like hanging their head and shaking their head because, you know and not to be mean, but it's kind of stupid to give people bullshit about how they spend their time, or the fact that you don't think that they're available to you. People have their own lives. Like if somebody were to say to me like, "Oh, you don't have time, to hang out with your friend anymore, blah blah blah," I'd be like, "Dude, I'm just sitting here waiting for a phone call." Like, it's like that two-way street kind of thing. Like when somebody always expects you to call or text them and you don't, and they're like, well, I'm not going to call and text you. Okay, but you're the one that's thinking about that person. So if you want to talk to them, if you want to see them, why wouldn't you call and text them? And I've told you guys before, like I have my good friend that we used to work together for years, and we've been friends for over 20 years. And I literally just texted her yesterday. We hadn't talked in like a month, a little over a month. And the thing is all of our years of friendship, it has been like that on and off. Like we've, lived our lives and then come back together, And especially in the winter, I tend to hermit in the winter because I don't like, I'm not driving in the snow. Like, you want to meet for dinner? If it's going to snow, I'm canceling because I'm not. I'm not, Um, I mean, like a spring, like we got snow yesterday. That was nothing. It was nothing. Like, it stuck for a little bit, then it melted, then we got snow again, and it didn't even stick the second time. Um, but yeah, like her and I go through like phases. And again, like we hadn't talked in over a month. So yesterday I texted her and I said, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Are you okay? Are you alive? Like like what's the deal?" And now that I'm not on Facebook all the time, most of the time, and I don't really get on there to look at people's stuff and her stuff, she doesn't really post a lot on there either. And when she does, it's usually like about family. But like, I think she did two or three posts on there in the last month and a half that I haven't been on there. When I got on there, like it didn't even show up in my feed, right? Because if she posted 3 weeks ago, odds are that's not going to show up in my feed. Like, I would have to go looking for that. And I just don't go looking for people's stuff. I don't expect them to look for my stuff either. And now that I'm not on there, I don't have anything to look at. Everything is from like a month and a half ago. But like, her and I have always had that kind of ebb and flow in our relationship. And the funny thing was, is she texted me back yesterday, but it was kind of, it felt like she was busy. Okay. It felt like she was busy doing something. So I kind of like let the conversation die and I didn't say anything. And then she texted me this morning, but I was just so busy. I didn't like, I had a lot to like, I had a lot to say because I wanted to ask her if she wanted to get together, but I had specific dates for specific things. Um, because sometimes like we do fairs and craft fairs and stuff like that together. So, um, I texted her back when I got home, actually just before I got on here, and like a long ass text, like three of them. And then, we've been going back and forth. But that's how our relationship is. Like, I would never be like, "Oh, you're not texting me back, so I'm not texting you back." Like, I just don't work like that. If I want to text you, I'm going to text you. If I think we're still friends, we're still friends. If you don't tell me that you're mad at me and you don't want to talk to me, I'm still going to talk to you because I don't know. Especially since I don't see her, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, if I'm at work and I'm talking to people at work and then all of a sudden I get that vibe like certain people aren't talking to me, okay, well then I'm just not going to talk to you. And I've had that happen, and I've had that happen recently. So it is what it is, right? But it's like somebody like hanging their head, shaking their head like, I'm just living my life. Like, I'm just doing my thing over here. Like, why are you calling me out on something that's stupid? Like, yeah, it just like, they're annoyed, basically. They're annoyed. The warlock is annoyed because they feel like they have something to prove, like they have to prove something, but it's like, what is there to prove? Like, I'm just over here living my life, doing my thing. Like, why are you trying to call me out for something that isn't even happening? It gives drama. Like, it gives like some kind of unnecessary drama. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let you guys take from it what you will. If it resonated, if it didn't, I hope it resonated for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. Y'all, y'all, I am off for the next 3 days, so I will be doing readings for the next 3 days like normal. Sunday, I don't know if I'm going to take Sunday off. I might actually do like the collective and stuff like that. It just depends. It just depends. Because I want to edit my book some this weekend, and I actually want to work on it a lot. So I might or might not take Sunday afternoon, evening off. I don't know. I don't know. But I will be doing affirmations and the readings tomorrow and Saturday. So I hope everybody had a fabulous Thursday. I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.